1776, independence depended, in part, on the senior John Adams. By 1812, independence depended again on an Adams, on two of them. John and Louisa Adams's sacrifices for their nation and the cause of liberty are as inspiring as those made during the American Revolution decades earlier. Communication changes, technology transforms time, but the human heart doesn't change. The need for honor, family, acceptance, justice, reunion, faith, hope, and love is as real today as it was from 1809 to 1815. From being down on your luck to rising stronger than before, American Phoenix shows the ones who were, and the triumph that can come when anyone's life, yours, mine, or theirs, takes an unexpected journey. Warmly, Jane Hampton Cook. Part 1. Journey Interrupted. Russia, February 1815. 1. Murder outside. Louisa Adams expected to deal with the hazards of snow and ice as she said goodbye to St. Petersburg, Russia, in February 1815. She knew traveling by land to Paris in winter wouldn't be easy. The distance alone was overwhelming, 1,600 miles. What she didn't expect to slow her down was the inconvenience of a murder. Weather woes, however, were her first worry. When she left St. Petersburg, she traveled more than 330 miles southwest along an icy, winding road toward Mitau, the capital of Kurland. Centuries earlier, Baltic merchants had used this pathway to transport their most abundant natural treasure, fossilized amber, to jewelry makers and medicinal healers throughout the Roman Empire. No matter the era, ice still ruled these roads in winter. Not far from Mitau, her carriage became stuck in icy sludge, which had refrozen after a brief thaw. Today, Mitau is called Jelgava, a city in Latvia, an independent Baltic nation about the size of West Virginia. In Louisa's day, the region was a rugged country of swamps, forests, hills, valleys, and crusty roads dimpled by deep holes and stuck wheels. When her carriage wouldn't budge, her hired post drivers rang bells to rally the locals for help. Several Russian farmers came to her aid by bringing pickaxes and shovels. As their amber-supplying ancestors had witnessed centuries earlier, so they also saw many coaches and wagons become stuck in refrozen slush. While offering their hands and brawn and hacking around the wheels, these men made a startling discovery. Louisa was not Russian, as her carriage's insignia indicated. She was an American, and a female at that. Few of them had seen an American, let alone a lady from that land. To most Europeans, Americans were Yankee Doodles, buffoons in beaver hats. Others envisioned Native American chiefs with feathered headdresses and scantily clad wives who resembled Eve in buckskin fig leaf. Louisa was neither of these. What they didn't realize was this: she was more demure than Dolly Madison, the perfectly mannered, snuff-inhaling socialite wife of the President of the United States, and as sensible, opinionated, and observant as Jane Austen, the popular but still anonymous English novelist. More than her sex, Louisa's aloneness plagued the propriety of these Russians that winter day. She was traveling to Paris without her husband, brother, or grown son. Gypsies did that, not a lady clad in clean clothing in the high-waist Empire style or riding in her own carriage. Then again, maybe American ladies were different, more independent than European women. With the skill of sculptors and the speed of dogs digging for bones, the farmers chiseled and shoveled until the carriage loosened and the icy sludge cracked. They cheered the instant the wheel broke free. Thanking them, Louisa resumed her journey. When she arrived at the post house in Mitau later that day, she was emphatic. Her stay was to be short.